Yo, what's up, guys? Solid performance today for Milan in the Coppa Italia, defeating Roma 3-1. Now, guys, to start the game, the biggest surprise obviously was probably not seeing Rafa Leao starting this game today, of course. You saw Alejandro Jimenez starting on the right side with Pulisic on the left. You had Reinders, Fofana, Musa, of course. The same back line of Kyle Walker, Pavlovic, Tomori, Teo, and Magnan. And then you saw Tammy Abraham getting the start in the number 9 role. And to start the game, guys, I thought it was a pretty good start. Milan and Roma were going back and forth a little bit. It was pretty open. Milan had some good opportunities. Roma had some good chances as well. Then Milan obviously opened up the game with a goal with a beautiful cross by Teo Hernandez off that shot by Tijani Reinders. Teo puts in a beautiful looping cross into Tammy Abraham, who puts in a lot of power behind that header and gets him corner side there, beating Svilar. Great goal by Tammy Abraham. Beautiful crossing by Teo, who was just slightly onside. Luckily enough, Angelino, I kept him onside. So Milan took a 1-0 lead. Luckily enough, the Roma were busting chops in that first half, though, guys. We saw Magnan make that save that went right through his hands. Luckily enough, it went over the crossbar. And then we saw Pizzilli. He hit the crossbar as well. So Roma had their chances. They were really busting Milan's chops. But Milan was doing a good job, pressing Roma high. They did misplace some passes at times in the first half, which did make me a little annoyed. But I thought Milan still played a pretty solid first half. Then Teo with his second assist of the first half with a great through ball to Abraham, who was completely wide open. I don't know what the hell Roma's defense was doing there, but great job by Abraham to finish it, getting his second goal against his parent club, of course. So for Milan to take a 2-0 lead going into halftime, they looked pretty solid, guys, I will say. But in the second half, though, I didn't really like Milan's start to the second half. Milan didn't really start off well. You give up a goal 10 minutes into the second half, to Bovdik, off a giveaway, off a throw. That was really frustrating to see, of course. Milan seems like they can never get a clean sheet. It's really frustrating as of late. Milan are controlling a game up 2-0, and then all of a sudden you give the team a little bit of life by them scoring a goal coming back into the game. So Milan still need to work on their defensive shit a little bit because, still conceding a goal. Luckily enough, we saw Roma score another goal, but luckily enough, it was offside, of course, because that would have been a disaster. But we also saw Contensali made some substitutions after it was a 2-1 game when Roma scored. He brought in the new boys, Santiago Jimenez, he brought in Joao Felix, and man, those two made an instant impact 10 minutes on after they came into the game. Jimenez puts in a great through ball to Joao Felix, and Joao Felix with the great touch dinks it over Svilar, gives Milan the 2-goal lead again, and man, oh man, what a play by Jimenez to give in a great through ball to Felix, but Felix with the quality to chip it over Svilar, man. These two here are going to really help Milan, guys, in these next 6 months, the second half of the season. The quality has definitely risen with this team, guys, bringing in these two players. Like I said, though, Roma had that goal that was offside. Milan take the 3-1 lead off the Felix goal. Milan controlled the game. Leao came into the game a little bit. Milan tried to get a fourth goal. Unfortunately, they didn't score. But Milan went on to cruise to a 3-1 win after Joao Felix has scored his first goal in a Milan shirt, which was obviously great to see, and Jimenez getting his first assist in a Milan shirt. But I will say this, though, guys, obviously a lot of positives in this game. Felix, first goal from Milan, looked solid. Jimenez looked solid. Obviously, he didn't score, but assist is just as good. I really liked the way they came into the game. The 30 minutes after they came in, guys, the game really changed in Milan's favor again after the substitution. So I thought Contensali made the substitutions at the right time and changed the game a bit and really took advantage after that. And then obviously, guys, the defense, once again, Tomori and Pavlovic, I thought they had another solid outing together. They're looking really good together, obviously, after all the rumors of them being sold, especially with Tomori, who's been putting in some great shifts. So that's what happens when you get linked to Tottenham, right? I'll never forget when Di Maria said that. So it's funny to see Tomori really up his level of play in the last few games. Of course, Teo, 2 assists. Great job by Teo. Obviously, Teo misplaced some passes, of course. Obviously, that one play there on the counterattack where Teo kind of screwed up, where it was more Jimenez's fault, if you ask me. He should have gave it to Walker on the flank there instead of giving it to Teo. But, Teo still redeemed himself with the 2 assists. I thought he played a really solid game, of course. Reinders and Fofana played well. Obviously, Fofana misplaced some passes, but I still felt they played okay. The midfield at times did get a little overran. Roma had some chances that I didn't like, but still a solid performance. I thought, Jimenez, I thought he played okay. starting on the right wing, guys. That is absolutely a major indictment on Samuel Chukwueze for Alejandro Jimenez, a right back / left back, to be starting at right wing over Chukwueze, the guy we spent 30 million euros on last summer. Especially after the mistake he made against Inter. I'm not surprised that Conceição decided to opt for Jimenez over Chukwueze. Milan were close to selling Chukwueze to Fulham for 30 million euros, but obviously the transfer deadline day window was getting close to ending, so Milan did not have enough time to sell Chukwueze and bring in another guy, right? So that's why he ended up staying at Milan. But to him not to even play either, though, it's a big shot at him and from the manager to tell him, you better smarten up or else you're not going to get much minutes, right? We even saw Sotil come in for a couple minutes. We'll obviously need a little bit more time to evaluate him, how he plays. So, guys, good things happening for the club. Pulisic, he played okay, didn't have his best match. Like I said, Tammy Abraham, great game by him, 2 goals. Too bad he didn't get a hat trick, but I felt Tammy was really good against his parent club. He didn't like he got booed by the Roma fans, but it is what it is, right? That's how it is in soccer, right? So I thought Abraham put in a really good shift today, guys. I think now in the Empoli game, Conceição's going to have to rotate, probably start Felix and Jimenez. Probably start Walker again, who's been absolutely immense these last 2 games, guys. What a difference it makes when you have an actual quality right back playing in the right back position like Kyle Walker. He has been spectacular. You hear him in the tunnel at halftime saying it's 0-0. Pretend like it's 0-0. Get back out there. That's the type of shit I love to see from a guy like Kyle Walker, who's played under a great manager like Guardiola, won so many trophies. So it's really good to see, guys. You got Kyle Walker automatically getting involved, speaking his mind. That's fantastic. It seems like Conceição's starting to implement this system more and more. It's not 100% perfect. He even said that himself. But things are progressing in the right direction, guys. Out of 10 games he's managed, Milan have 6 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. That's pretty good. Obviously, we wish we can get the games against Zagreb and Juventus back, but that's how it is, right? But things are moving in the right direction, guys. These purchases that Milan make in the January transfer window have definitely improved the team. I'm excited to see how Felix and Jimenez do. Against Empoli now on Saturday, Milan should rotate now, maybe start those 2 guys. Walker should probably start again. Bondo's unfortunately hurt, so he won't be able to play in that game. Maybe Sotil comes off the bench. Obviously, Leao came into the second half, so maybe he'll start the game against Empoli. But solid performance by Milan, guys. They're on to the semifinals now. They play the winner of Lazio-Inter, so we'll see when they play each other who Milan can play. Could be possibly 7 derbies this year, guys. We've already played 3. So if Milan get to the semifinals of the Coppa Italia, and then they get to the next round of the Champions League, could be Inter playing Inter another 4 more times. Man, oh man, I couldn't imagine playing this team 7 times in 1 year. The rivalry just keeps on heating up with Inter, guys. But now with Milan getting these new reinforcements, I'm sure we'll be way even more up to the test if Milan do have to play Inter in a 2-legged affair, both in the Champions League and the Coppa Italia. But guys, solid win for Milan today. Good job by the new boys, looking solid in their debuts. Kyle Walker once again looking solid again. The team's looking more and more looking better under Conceição. Let's hopefully Milan can continue this good results. Hopefully get a consistent amount of wins in Serie A. Hopefully get some wins in Champions League, defeating Feyenoord. We'll have to wait and see, guys, but solid win today by the club, guys. And that's it for this video today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, click like if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Forza Milan sempre, guys. And remember, if you do not watch sports, you're a more. Ciao, guys.